is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all video. I want to update my 2 cents and my opinion on Cam Reddish, a guy that was a highly touted high school player that played with R.J. Barrett and Zion Williamson at Duke and really made a name for himself there. And before then, that a lot of people was going crazy over his athleticism, his body, his shooting stroke, his potential. And even though they did not win a national championship, they was one of the most watched and most covered teams in college that year, really helping him get a good platform for people to see what he can do, what he can showcase. And he showed that he has a nice shooting form from three. He can be a guy that can be a potential all-star in the future if he can fill out the rest of his body, get his jump shot more consistent, and stuff like that. So when I first talked about Cam Reddish, I was more disappointed in him because I expected more. When you trade down to get Trae Young and the pick that turned into Cam Reddish, and then you see what Dallas got with Luka Doncic, a guy that was almost averaging 30, 10, and 10 as a sophomore, and already got the Dallas Mavericks back to the playoff picture. You would think that Cam Reddish would be a guy that would make the trade more believable, since Trae Young was an all-star this year and he was an all-star starter, and he is one of the better players in the league, but he was attached to Cam Reddish to make that deal make more sense, to trade down to get him. And I didn't really look at it differently than that, but now I'm starting to see why a lot of people like Cam Reddish. When I first seen him play, I wasn't high on him. I wasn't seeing enough. I really felt like he was a lot more disappointed than I thought. And as he continued through the season, his confidence went up. He was stroking it. He was pulling up deeper. He was defending at a higher level. Some people think he's a good defender at this point, which is something that a lot of us would have never thought, especially in the NBA when the best players are so perimeter dominant. You would think that he'll struggle on that end of the court, but he does have legitimate athleticism, legitimate length, legitimate jumping ability, and he can be a very special player. I haven't gave up on Cam Reddish. I know the last video I made about him, people didn't really like it. They didn't like what I was saying, but that was what he was. I have to be honest with my analysis. I have to tell you what I see. I have to tell you what I'm noticing. I have to tell you from his history that Cam Reddish has been disappointed in college. He was a little disappointed in the beginning of this year. And when you look at his overall numbers, they don't scream anything crazy. They actually scream a okay to bad player, just because he's not efficient. He's not finishing well. He's not knocking down the mid-range good enough. I know his three-point shooting is okay, but that's only one thing that you can really look at. And even when you look at the three-point percentage, he's not even shooting 36 or above percent. I like the fact that he did shoot 80% from the free throw line. I like the fact that he was gaining a head of steam. But the sad part, they ended up not making a seeding game, so we couldn't see more of his growth. But I think that it was good to throw him in the fire. It let him know that they believed in him. They was going to stick with him, and they felt like this was the best thing for him. You want to learn them growing pains because it forces you. You get tired of missing. You get tired of being embarrassed. You get tired of struggling because you're playing all across the world. Everybody's watching you. Everybody seeing you get crossed over. Everybody seeing you throw up a bunch of bricks. And you just get sick and tired of getting embarrassed and embarrassing your own self. So it kind of make you, indulge in that pride. I can't let this happen, or I got to do something about it, because you get tired of going out on the court each and every day, stinking it up on both sides of the court. And I like the fact that they didn't give up on him. They allowed him to play through his mistakes. They allowed him to be himself. They allowed him to grow. And that's a powerful thing when you're a young player and you're playing with a guy like Trae Young that holds the ball a lot, but he also is a guy that's unselfish. He's always trying to make your job a lot easier. And I like the fact that Cam was able to do some things on the ball They didn't just let him be a spot up shooter like he was a little bit in the beginning of the season. They let him create a little bit. They let him handle a little bit. And Trae Young gonna need that. He doesn't need to have the ball in his hand all the time on the court. He needs somebody that can create. He needs somebody that can, break down the defense so he can get easy buckets, so he can get easy opportunities. And Cam Reddish does have that potential because he is a legitimate shooting guard, a legitimate forward with his legitimate size. This is a guy that comes into the league at 20 years old that's a legitimate 6'8", 218 pounds. That's an NBA body right there. And this is only his rookie season. Like, this guy can add more strength and more muscle if he wants to. And on top of that, his IQ gets better. The more you go out there and play, the more you watch footage, the more you practice, the more you continue to play each and every game, things start slowing down for you. Things start opening up for you. Things you start seeing that you can get away with. You start seeing what shots they're going to give you, what they're going to live with, and how the defense is just going to defend you. And then you adjust your game to that, and then it just become more smoother. If they go under the screen, to shoot the three. If they allow you to dribble, to go right-handed, finish the layup, or do a pump fake to get a foul, those things start becoming natural just because this is how they're going to play you each and every game. That's the hardest part about being a rookie is because you don't know. Because you never played in the NBA. They got to see what you're great at. They got to see what they got to take away. They got to see what your bread and butter is. And once you see how they're trying to counter it and how they're trying to defend you, you just have to then make the corrections and polish and smooth out that part of your game. And then that disadvantage becomes an advantage because now you know what to expect and now you know how to attack that defense. And I think that's something that Cam Reddish definitely learned as the season went on. He started learning what they was doing, how they was doing, and what he should be doing when that thing comes. And that just comes with preparation, that comes with studying, and that just comes with going out there hooping each and every time you play. And he was able to do that because when you look at Cam Reddish this year, he played 58 games and he started 34 of them. That's pretty good considering that the season was cut short. They didn't play the whole 82. He played the bulk of the season. And, I'm interested in seeing what he can do just because he has everything else besides the skill and the IQ. Once he started learning how to shoot more consistently, holding his follow through, getting in good positions, moving without the ball, finding ways to cut to the basket more often, finding ways to relocate and get open shots when people drive to the rim or collapse the defense, and being ready when the ball is thrown to you to get ready to get in your right stance, in your right form, and just knock down those shots. He's a guy that's a work in progress. A lot of people thought he can be a star. They drafted him within the lottery. They took a gamble on a guy that people all felt had the talent and the special ability to be special, and now they just got to see it through. This is a team that's very, very young. They in the Eastern Conference. They're going to have a chance in the shot one day. They just got to become better offensively and more consistent offensively, and then they have to be together and communicate on the defensive end. We haven't seen this team with Capella. We haven't seen this team 2 to 3 years from now. We only seen one season of all a bunch of young guys basically thrown on the roster playing together, and now they got to learn how to play off each other. They got to learn each other, and then they just have to learn how to win and close out games the right way, playing together. And those things come with growing, losing, winning, and just the grind of an NBA season. And I think that that's something that we have to see out. And like I said, I was very hard on Reddish in the beginning, and I don't take it back because that's what I saw. That's what he was at that point. But I started to see why a lot of people like him. I'm starting to see why a lot of people was high on him, and I'm starting to see it with his ability to create, his ability to shoot off the bounce, his ability to catch and shoot, his ability to get to the basket, his ability to get out of transition and hit the three, the mid-range, or get to the basket, or even knock down free throws if that's necessary. But if he's going to be a big part of this team, they need to allow him to have the ball more in his hands because they're going to need somebody. If Trae Young gets double teamed, if Trae Young get trapped, they need somebody to be able to break down the defense or at least create a shot if the shot clock is low, or they need somebody to, figure something out. Cam Reddish is a guy that can potentially do that on this team, and he has shown that a little bit. We just have to see a little bit more of it, and he just got to be a little bit more comfortable while also having his confidence go through a different roof, so that way he knows when he gets the ball, he knows what moves to go to, He knows how to attack the defense and the players that he's going against, and all that comes with time. So what I'm saying is, Cam Reddish not the greatest player. He might not be a top 10 rookie this year, but he shows signs of progress. He's shown signs of growth. He didn't quit. He didn't give up. He kept going out there and playing, even if he didn't have the greatest season. He still shows something. And if I'm a owner, if I'm a general manager, if I'm a coaching staff, that's something that you want to see nonetheless. That's something that you want to see out of a young player. When things got rough, when things got ugly, he didn't quit. He didn't give up. He didn't stop. He didn't say it. He just went out there and kept playing, and he went out there and made adjustments throughout the season. And that's the type of progress you want to see from a 20/19-year-old rookie. So let me know what you guys think about Cam Reddish. Will he be a buzz? Will he be a superstar? Will he be an all-star? Can him and Trae Young play off each other? Can they really become a great perimeter duo? Or is Cam Reddish just a guy that don't love the game enough? He doesn't have the drive. He doesn't have that work ethic that some people say he might not have. But he also shown that he's good enough to make it to the league. He's good enough to play meaningful minutes. Now it's just about seeing how much he wants it, how much work is he going to put in, and if he really wants to get to that next level, is he willing to do the things necessary to do it? And that's something that we will see in the up and coming years. We're not going to see it now because he's out for the rest of the season since they ain't making it to the seeding games or the playoffs. So this should be able to give him an off season to study what people throw at him, what he should do, and basically ironing out and polishing up a lot of his weaknesses, and just trying to continue to get that jump shot going too, and just getting a handle to another level so that way he can get to anywhere he wants on the court, which makes him a harder to cover, and it makes him a better player in general. Check out my website, analysisplayerone.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. Also, check out my website, analysisplayerone.com. That will also be in the description and in the comment section below. Also, if you're new to the channel, I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. You can check it out. I do breakdowns of players, rookies, and legends, even summer league breakdowns of real footage. Also cover free agency, trade deadline, season preview, even playoff predictions, and I also do top 10 and discussions just like this. If you love basketball, you can't get enough of it. You need it each and every day. I do make basketball videos every day, and they are in a variety. Also, liking and sharing the video helps the channel grow, and that's something that you can do that can smallly help the channel. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll be back Friday with a new one. Quinn Wade, basketball analysis. I'm gone, and let me know what you think about the Hawks and Cam Reddish in general. Bye.